World Cup. The beautiful sport, followed by the entire planet, has become an arena for corruption and bribery. With every card the referee pulls from his pocket, millions of dollars flow and are pumped out without your knowledge. But to understand how FIFA and the World Cup became what they are today, we need a fascinating journey through time. At the 1900 Paris and 1904 St. Louis Olympics, the World Cup wasn't an official tournament for national teams, but rather an exhibition competition held alongside the Olympic Games, featuring local clubs and university teams representing their countries. No official medals were awarded. This changed completely at the 1908 London Olympics, when the English Football Association took over organizing the tournament. This marked the first real participation of national teams, and Great Britain won the gold medal. However, the rules were surprising. The game was for amateurs only, and any player who received payment for playing football was expelled and banned from participating permanently. With the establishment of the International Federation of Association Football, FIFA, in 1904, a genuine desire began to emerge to create an independent championship that would bring together the strongest teams in the world without restrictive conditions. The dispute deepened further in the 1920s. The Olympic Committee was clinging to the amateur condition, considering the sport to be for enjoyment only, while the reality of the game was developing at a rocket-like speed towards full professionalism in Europe and South America, which meant that the best and most skilled stars in the world were deprived of playing in the Olympics because they simply earned their living from football. The historic turning point came in the Paris 1924 and Amsterdam 1928 games, when the Uruguayan national team traveled from South America to participate in the Olympics. There, they caused a resounding surprise and dazzled European fans with a magical style of football based on speed and smart short passes, the likes of which they had never seen before, and dominated the gold medal twice in a row in front of terrifying crowds of more than 60,000 fans in the stadium. This overwhelming public success in the packed stands made the then FIFA president, Frenchman Jules Rimet, realize that football had become much bigger than the Olympic umbrella and its old rules. So he announced at the famous FIFA conference in 1928 the official separation and the creation of a completely independent world championship, open to all players in the world, whether amateur or professional. In recognition of its Olympic dominance, it's pledged to build the legendary Centenario Stadium and bear all travel and accommodation costs. Uruguay was granted the honor of hosting the first edition of the World Cup in 1930. Despite global economic difficulties, long distances, and a boycott by most European countries, of which only 4 teams participated, traveling with the FIFA president on a single ship across the Atlantic Ocean. However, the tournament started successfully with the participation of 13 teams and witnessed the scoring of the first goal in history by the Frenchman Lucien Laurent, and ended with an epic final in which Uruguay won the first title after defeating Argentina by 4-2. And from there, the legendary journey of the biggest sporting event on the planet began. The real turning point that exposed the truth to the world came on the morning of May 27, 2015, when Swiss police raided a luxury hotel in Zurich at the request of the U.S. Federal Bureau of Investigation, FBI. That morning, they didn't arrest drug traffickers or gangsters, but rather officials in elegant suits who controlled the fate of the game beloved by millions. That moment wasn't just a routine raid, it was the official unveiling of the organization that runs football. On the surface, FIFA always announces logistical requirements, strict criteria, and a democratic vote to select the World Cup host country. But behind the scenes, it was more like a secret auction run by a well-organized cartel. For years, FIFA's executive committee consisted of just 24 people. These men wielded absolute power, and each of their votes was worth millions of dollars. Money and bribery are sordid aspects, but the real tragedy lies in the human cost and the loss of life. To build colossal stadiums in record time, forms of modern slavery emerged. Thousands of migrant workers perished as a result of forced labor under scorching temperatures exceeding 45 degrees Celsius for meager wages and with their passports confiscated. Despite FIFA's awareness of these abuses, it turned a blind eye to ensure the success of this lucrative project and the continued flow of advertising revenue, indifferent to the blood spilled beneath the concrete of the stadiums. The dark side of the World Cup doesn't stop with the workers. It extends to the people of the host countries themselves, especially the poor. During the 2014 World Cup in Brazil, in order to present a civilized and clean image to the cameras of international television networks, the authorities carried out forced evictions and demolished the homes of thousands of poor people in the favelas, forcibly evicting entire families to make way for parking lots or areas for wealthy fans. That was today's video. Please give me your feedback because it's very important to me. I know the video is short, but that's okay since it's my first video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's reach 1,000 subscribers. See you in the next video. Bye!